The Dream Team video blog, Philosophy of, Take 1. Hi, and thanks for tuning in to the Dream Team video blog. Today we'll be chatting about the philosophy behind the Dream Team. If you haven't had a chance to view one of our first video blogs, please be sure to do that. That's where you can have the chance to meet Chad and Ryan and learn a bit more about them, the faces of the Dream Team. But today we'll be talking about not necessarily the individuals, but the philosophy behind the Dream Team as a concept. So gentlemen, what I'd like to ask you first, because I love this story personally, how did you come up with the name of the Dream Team? And you're smiling, and I know you want to field that question, so why don't you tell us?
Well, we started, actually, when Chad and I first started marketing together, we really didn't have a team name or a team well, we had a team concept in mind, but
it was called the McBain Team, but apparently it didn't go over very well.
It's more of an isolation thing.
Yeah.
So.
You felt lonely.
Actually, Team Chad, that had a good ring to it.
Yeah. So I was the opposer there. Okay. Anyways, so what we did is we started coming with a bunch of names and brainstorming for ideas for a team name. And we really wanted something to reflect on real estate. So we started brainstorming and we came up with the real estate dream, and then we just added team on the end. So when people think about real estate and they think about a bigger home or their first home or their last home or the cottage, it's a dream. And they always dream through their entire life of where they're going to live, their castles, their home, all those.
It's not just a purchase.
Right.
It's a lifestyle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we thought that was pretty fitting, so we called ourselves the Real Estate Dream Team.
Because you're helping people achieve those dreams.
That's right. It plays out pretty well, I think.
I think it's great. I love that story.
I still like Team Chad, but it's a democracy. So.
Yeah.
You decided to let him win this one.
Yeah, that's right.
Anything you want to add to that?
No, but I'll add something.
Okay.
No, that's pretty much how it came. And it is a philosophy because it is about dreams. It was my dream when I bought my first home.
And that experience is what caused you to get into real estate in the first place, so you understand.
Yeah. Oh yeah, firsthand, absolutely. Just seemed appropriate.
So you talked about trying to pick a name that really reflects real estate, and I think anybody watching this and anybody looking to purchase or sell a home knows there's a lot of choice out there with respect to who they can select. Can you talk a bit about the philosophy behind the Dream Team? What are the things that distinguish you from anyone else that a home buyer or seller could pick up the phone or contact?
I think one of the first things is the philosophy itself is actually service-based. Not knocking it, but there are a lot of teams out there. But from our perspective, the team should be set up in a professional sense that it doesn't matter who you contact, that you're getting service. So if there's 2, 3, 5 people as a part of that team, if I'm dealing with Ryan, for instance, and Ryan's away that day, or he's sick, or he's in a meeting, and I, as a client, have a question or a concern, I don't have to wait 1, 2, 5, 10 hours
until Ryan
gets back to me. The idea is, in a true team concept, the service can then be picked up by some other member of the team because their clients actually our clients are clients of all of us, not just one person.
Right.
Now, I guess the former structure that you were talking about, how a team doesn't necessarily mean that everyone's servicing every client.
Right.
Is that typical of how most
I think
teams in real estate are set up?
my experience has been that most real estate teams are actually a marketing package, which has more to do with shared advertising, shared expenses, or the other common one that I see is it's not really a team at all. What it is it's 1 or 2 individuals with a series of assistants, but those assistants don't have much latitude or much control. For instance, if the team leader, usually whose name is on the signs, if it's the Smith team, then if you're dealing with them and they're not around, you then have to then wait. I mean, there's not real service there because the assistant can't help because they don't have access to those files, they don't have access to that database. So to me, the team concept is like football or baseball or anything like that, or in a professional sense, it might be like a doctor's office or a clinic or or a lawyer's office or something like that, where, you know, multiple people can actually assist you in your goal. So
The team is working towards each client's benefit,
Right.
not just the individual on that.
and you know, it's not here to criticize another
No,
business model.
no.
What we're saying is this is what we do. We believe that this is, in our philosophy, the best way to service the client. And that way, the client never feels left out or, you know, abandoned or even inconvenienced, you know. So,
Now, we're throwing around the word service a lot in the answering
Sure.
of these questions. What does service mean to you? Really pinpoint what service means to you. What will you offer people that you offer?
what it means to me, probably, you know, in terms of the real estate business, is that, you know, this is a very emotional and stressful time for a lot of people, buying or selling.
Absolutely.
Buying is probably more of a business decision, but there's still a lot of emotion involved in it.
Mhm.
Selling is very rarely a business decision. It's almost always emotional based.
You're speaking out from the client's perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, service is truly easing people's stresses. If you can eliminate most, nobody can eliminate all of somebody else's stresses, but if you can eliminate most of people's stresses and concerns throughout whatever process it is that they're doing, then I think you can treat, you know, true service, because that's what they've hired you for. You know, anybody can dig a hole, but, you know, did you do it in a time frame that I'm happy, my wife is happy, or whatever? We can now throw our party on Saturday night, that kind of stuff.
Sure.
You know, if I buy a couch and they can't deliver it till next week, and it's Super Bowl Sunday and I need my couch, that's not service. That's just, you're selling your product. Service is not only am I selling you the couch, but we're going to deliver it, we're going to set it up for you. You know,
You're going that one extra step.
we'd like to think so, absolutely, and I think most of our clients would agree.
Ryan, what's service to you?
Service to me would be the knowledge that Chad and I both have and the experience to back the knowledge that we have.
And again, just for those people who have not tuned into your first blog, how much experience collectively is sitting here at this table?
Collectively, 16 years.
Yeah. Okay.
Individually, 10 years and 6 years. And lots of experience behind each one of those years.
Yeah, and equally as important, I'm sorry to cut in, is not just years of service, but actually how many homes you've sold.
Yeah.
I know people who have been licensed for 20 years and sold 20 homes.
Sure.
I know other people that have only been licensed for maybe 6, 8, 10 years, but they've sold hundreds of homes. And there's something to be said for that as well.
So you've been active, very active selling.
Full-time job. There's no other part-time job that's consuming any bit of each one of my clients' time with another job or another focus of mine. Real estate is my main focus. It's Chad's main focus. It's Lincoln's main focus. Lincoln's our buyer agent. He works with Chad and I on our team, and that's all we focus on. That's our full-time job. And we are firm believers that you can't represent your clients fairly and be a part-time agent. I don't think that anyways. That's my opinion.
So service to you is knowledge, the experience to add to that knowledge.
Yeah, and the service that Chad and I provide and our team concept, I agree totally with what Chad said. You know, it's not about just selling somebody a house and doing the paperwork. It's about providing the service and providing people with your professionalism, your professional opinion, your knowledge, and how to go about purchasing that home and protecting your client, making sure they get what they want and all the conditions are met, all the time frames are met. It's our job to make sure that from start to finish it's a smooth process. And it should seem really easy, and I think that's part of our
For the client,
concept.
it's
Absolutely,
really
it
easy.
should seem really easy for them. They don't need to know everything we do, because a lot of it is it's very complex and complicated, but we try to make it look as easy as possible.
That's what you're there for. Wonderful. So if people viewing want to get more information on the Dream Team philosophy and the services that you offer that distinguish you from the competition, where can they email you, Chad?
They can email any of us at info@thedreamteamonline.ca.
And where can they call you?
519-836-6365.
This has been the Dream Team video blog. Thanks for tuning in.